All right, perfect. Can everybody see my screen? I should have asked that before. Okay, perfect. All right. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I know sometimes, especially for people that work during the day, it's not easy to always, commit to something in the evening. You just want to chill out. So I totally appreciate you guys being here and taking time out of your schedule to learn how to get healthier with us. I am Karen Orlowski and I live in Cumming, Georgia. It's about 40 miles north of Atlanta. And I just love it here. So anyway, the information that you're learning, I learned about almost 18 years ago, and I am forever grateful. So I'll tell my story in a little bit, but I just am so excited to share this with you. So if you guys want to put in the chat, I should have asked this before. If you want to put in the chat, where you're from, because that's always kind of fun to see where everybody is from. All right, so let's talk about inspiring healthy living. So this community I love helps to keep me accountable, and it helps to keep me motivated as well. So let's learn a little bit more. Let me move this out of the way. We are unhealthy. Americans are kind of unhealthy, unfortunately. 1 in 4 people will die of heart disease. 1 in 2 women and 1 in 3 men will develop cancer. 1 in 3 will develop diabetes by 2050. 1 in 5 children is obese. And our children, this to me is so sad, our children are more harmed by poor diet than by exposure to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco combined. And that comes from Dr. David Katz. He was the head of the prevention department at Yale University. So some of the reasons are environmental toxins are increasing.
Do we have access to these slides? Question mark.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. If everybody wants to, if you guys want to mute yourselves because we're recording the presentation, that would be great. And then we can ask questions at the end. So toxins, we have control over some of the stuff in our homes. I know I try to use, toothpaste and deodorant and different things, hair shampoo that does not have a lot of toxins in it. But as soon as we leave our house, we don't really have any control over that. So if you think of pollution and water contamination, we go places, prescription drugs, over-the-counter drugs, there's just so many different things that we don't have control over. Okay, and the food quality is decreasing. We don't have a lot of control over this as well. So more than 50, it's actually 57%, the number is increased. 57% of what Americans eat is a processed food. So that has a label and it has a lot of ingredients on it. When you go to the store and you get apples or you get carrots, there's really no labels on there, right? It's just an apple. We don't really think about what's in it. So think about some of the stuff when we're eating processed foods is the preservatives and the synthetic vitamins and the growth hormones, and they're genetically modified, and there's trans fats and there's artificial colors. There's all these ingredients that our bodies don't recognize. Back when, our grandparents and our great grandparents, they didn't have the ingredients that are in these processed foods. They ate from the earth. They grew their own food. And they, let me mute some of you guys. They ate from the ground, and they ate, they cooked at home. They weren't eating out at restaurants. So broccoli, one of the things that was always surprising to me that I learned several years ago is that if you think about the produce that we're getting in the grocery store, you might be eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, but guess what? Broccoli could lose 50 to 80% of the key nutrients before you purchase it. So think about transportation. Think about, I go to the grocery store and I see berries and they're from Mexico. Think about where some of this produce is coming from and how far it had to travel. And then think about apples. Think about apples, I know here in Georgia, they were harvested, in the fall, right? So how do we still have apples? It could come from a different place, or some of this produce could be cold stored for like up to 6 months. And as soon as produce is picked, it starts losing the nutrition. So if you have produce that was picked several weeks ago, as soon as it's picked, it starts to lose that nutrition. So oxidative stress and antioxidants. I never knew what oxidative stress, and quite honestly, I never knew what antioxidants were. So oxidative stress is something that happens to us even as we're just sitting here participating in this Zoom. It's like aging. So if you take a bite out of an apple or a bite out of a banana or anything, just like this picture, it starts to turn brown. And that is because oxidative stress is happening. It's aging. If you put lemon juice on it, it slows down that aging process. And what that means is the lemon juice contains antioxidants, okay, so anti-oxidative stress, to help slow down that process. So oxidative stress causes free radicals, which damages our cells, and that's what causes us to age, to get sick, disease, everything else like that. So we want to slow that down as much as possible. And the way to do that is through antioxidants. And the antioxidants only come from fruits and vegetables. I'm sorry to say they're not in Dunkin' Donuts. They're not in Chick-fil-A. So I did 2 health fairs last Thursday and last Saturday. And I'm pretty sure that I gave several people a heart attack by telling them how many servings of fruits and vegetables we actually need to eat every single day. This isn't in a week, but this is every single day. So we need 7 to 13 servings, and 7 is for kids. My kids are not getting that every single day. The older they get, the harder it is for me to get fruits and vegetables into them. 9 is for women and 13 is for men. And if you're an athlete, I've heard that you need 18 to 20 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day to help combat the oxidative stress that's going on. And if you have health issues, if you have an autoimmune, if you have cancer, if you have something like that, you're going to need even more to protect yourself as well. So hopefully you read the bottom of the slide as I was talking. We don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. It's transported. It's a lot of the information we spoke about. So that's why we need, I don't know how many people are surprised, because when I was younger, it used to be 5 to 9. So most people are shocked to learn it's now 7 to 13. So let's talk about multivitamin versus whole food. So most of us see, our doctors tell us to get started on a multivitamin. We're taking a multivitamin because we know we're not eating right and we don't know what else to do. And that's what we see commercials on TV. All we hear about is multivitamin. But when you take a multivitamin, that has isolated synthetic nutrition in there. So it has vitamin C instead of the nutrition from the orange. It has folic acid, which is a synthetic, partner, I guess, not partner, but replacement for folate, which is in green leafy vegetables. And what our body knows is the orange. It understands the vitamin C from the orange. It understands the folate from the green leafy vegetables. It does not understand isolated synthetic nutrition. I like to say that, it's like a symphony. So when you've got, an apple, the picture of the apple here, that's one page. If you can see that tiny little writing on the side, that's one page of 25 pages of ingredients in an apple. On the left side of the page, we see supplement facts. That's most people, they have a generic label on their vitamin that they're taking, and maybe it has 15, 20 different ingredients. Well, you're missing thousands of naturally occurring phytochemicals that are in the fruits and the vegetables. And your body doesn't understand when it's synthetic and isolated coming into your body. Doesn't understand the vitamin C. It understands when vitamin C, along with thousands of other ingredients, are coming from the orange. It's coming from the apple. So we want to try and bridge that gap really with food. Bridging the gap with a multivitamin is just it's not doing us any favors, for sure. So I will share my story. My story is I had no idea of the link between nutrition and disease. My mom was a nurse, and so she was taught, just like so many of the medical professionals, right? Doctors, nurses, they're taught treatment. They're not taught prevention. We're not taught prevention, we're taught treatment. So when I was a kid, I actually was adopted, and my parents adopted me. My birth mother had allergies. She had asthma, and I grew up with allergies and asthma. I had digestive issues. I had migraines. I had a lot of issues. But when I had a stomach ache, guess what? My mom didn't tell me to take the Pop-Tart out of my hand. She gave me Pepto-Bismol. If I had a headache, instead of, stopping me from drinking soda, whatever, it was, here, take a Tylenol or take an aspirin. So, and then I was on allergy medicine, asthma medicine, prescription allergy shots. So I grew up this way, and I was told by doctors that there was nothing that they could do because this was genetic. And so when you go through life hearing that this is genetic, there's nothing you can do, you're not thinking about making any changes. You're like, well, it doesn't really matter what I do, right? Doesn't matter what I eat. Fast forward to when I got pregnant with my son, and I don't know, maybe the moms out there, you guys are like me, where all of a sudden I thought, okay, well, I apparently didn't care as much about myself, for me, but now all of a sudden I want to take better care of myself because I'm pregnant. I want to take better care of myself for my unborn child. So I started to eat a little bit better. And this is when my best friend introduced me to Juice Plus. And I really didn't get it, but I thought, you know what, it's fruits and vegetables. I'll take this during the pregnancy. What was amazing and what I did not expect was by the end of the pregnancy, I felt so much better. And I realized I didn't need the allergy medicine, the asthma medicine. I haven't, it has been, in May, it'll be 18 years since I've been on any allergy medicine, asthma medicine. I don't get the migraines anymore. I don't have the digestive issues anymore, unless we're on vacation and I'm going to Disney and I'm eating terrible. I just don't have those. I haven't been on an antibiotic because we do get sick. It's not that we don't get sick, but we don't get sick enough that we're going to the doctor, and now I know what to do. We know how to eat, which is amazing. So I love that my big mom win, because when I was pregnant, I was so nervous about bringing my child into the world, and he was going to have the same tough upbringing with allergies and asthma that I did, because it's genetic. My kids do not have allergies and asthma. So this is totally, so much of it is lifestyle. Dr. Sears says that 75% of disease can be prevented through good nutrition. So I hope as I was talking, you took a look at all of these different fruits and vegetables. There's no way I could eat all of these every single day. We have our favorites, like most families, right? We buy apples, we buy grapes, we buy broccoli, we buy probably 5 to 7 different ones. And that's what my family eats. So I love that we can bridge the gap with a rainbow of different nutrition with Juice Plus. So what is Juice Plus? Juice Plus adds the nutrition from over 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries to your diet. And we'll also talk about the omega. Whole foods are harvested at the peak of ripeness, so the nutrition is intact. We actually have our own farmers. We can give you more information about that if you're interested. Produce is pulverized, not juiced, and dried into powders at low temperatures to preserve the nutrition. The plant powders are put into a capsule or a chewable. We have little gummies that are for kids. And then we also have the full spectrum omega blend, which uses omega rich algae, berries, and seeds instead of the fish. So imagine getting that much. Imagine how thankful your body is going to be if you get nutrition from that many fruits and vegetables every single day. So I love, love, love this plant-based omega. Omegas in general are good for heart, brain, joints, skin, and eyes. What makes our omega different is that most people have heard about omega-3s, but what they don't know is that omega-3s really don't come from fish. We're told to take a fish oil. That's what you see on the ads. That's what your doctors. I met an ophthalmologist and he was like, oh, I recommend fish oil all the time. And I said, let me tell you why, our Juice Plus Omega is better. So it is also an omega blend. You see all those ingredients with the algal oil, the sea buckthorn berry, the pomegranate, all of those. It's omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So your body isn't getting just omega-3s. It's getting that blend of all these healthy omegas from different plants. And the one thing that I never realized, and is a big aha moment for most people, is again, the fish does not have naturally occurring omega-3s. It's because of the plants they eat in the ocean. It's because of the algae they eat in the ocean. So we need to save the fish, and we can take the Juice Plus omegas, which are plant-based. The Juice Plus complete shakes. Oh my gosh. I don't know about you guys, but I probably from when I started working out in my 20s with a personal trainer, I was told you need more protein, you need to drink more shakes. And I was drinking, because I was on a budget, I was drinking whey-based shakes, and I would in the morning have a stomach ache. I was bloated. I never felt well, but I kept taking them because that's what I was told to do. So not until I got introduced to the Juice Plus complete shakes did I get it. This is not whey-based. It is a plant-based. It's like a symphony of different plant proteins with chickpea powder and pea protein and soy protein and quinoa. It's such an amazing array of different whole food nutrition in this shake. And I joke around that if you look at all these ingredients and if you were to put them independently into a blender, that sounds like it would be disgusting, but I promise you that these are delicious. So not only are they vegan, they're non-GMO, they're gluten and dairy free. protein, fiber. What's neat is they're low glycemic. So for anybody that, if you're diabetic and you know somebody who's diabetic, you want it to be low glycemic, which is the sugar and the fiber are almost 1-to-1. It actually has a better glycemic index than broccoli. Oops, went too far. So our newest shake is actually the Juice Plus Perform. And this only just came out in December. And we had a lot of people asking for a higher protein shake because they work out. You know, we're in a community where we have a lot of health-minded people, and a lot of people work out and they want more protein. So this helps to support them. This is helping with the muscle growth, muscle recovery. It's helping with performance, energy, mental performance, and bone health. It helps with so many different things, but this is different than the other complete shake that I just talked about. That one is more of a meal replacement, where this one is really more for either vegans or vegetarians that just simply want more protein throughout their day, or that somebody who works out and they want to be able to have this nutrition to fuel after they work out. So Juice Plus is unique. It's a food. It's not a vitamin like we discussed before. So it actually has a food label, which is amazing. When I show that to people, you kind of see the aha go off. It's made with non-genetically modified ingredients. It's vegan, it's kosher, it's dairy and gluten-free. It is NSF certified. These are the three things that really set Juice Plus apart from everything else on the market. So if you are seeing, or if you're taking a different product right now, I encourage you to even screenshot this, and you can go back, you know, and I want to give you something to think about. Does your product fit this? Does it fit this profile? It's NSF certified. NSF is National Sanitation Foundation, and they come in and they test all the different batches of Juice Plus to make sure it's safe for human consumption. They want to make sure there's no bacteria and herbicides and pesticides and lead and, you know, all those contaminants. And it is the most researched whole food nutritional product in the world. And this slide needs to be updated because we are up to 44 clinical research studies published in medical journals. So Juice Plus, you can't just live on Juice Plus, but Juice Plus is there to help you bridge the gap, right? So hopefully you're not eating everything in a day, what's on the left side. Hopefully you're eating some fruits and vegetables, but you might not be eating the 7 to 13 that we're supposed to. And so that's where Juice Plus helps to fill in. It's not the multivitamin, it's actually fruits and vegetables helping you to bridge that gap. So let's talk a little bit about the research, because 99% of products on the market have zero research at all. And some of them have borrowed research. Borrowed research is when you say, oh, this product has vitamin C in it, and vitamin C is known, you know, to help with the immune support, you know, with a healthy immune system. And so that means our product has this. Well, that is borrowed research. That doesn't necessarily mean that product does that. Our products have clinical research, which means it is gold standard. It's done on people. So the research is done on our product. So I don't know if you've taken a look at this list of all these universities where Juice Plus has been studied, but I heard a doctor speak one time and he said it beautifully. He said, you're known by the company you keep. So if you look on here, you see even MD Anderson Cancer Institute. We've done research with ovarian cancer survivors. If any specific research, you know, interests you, we're happy to send that. We're going to go over a slide next where we kind of do a little rundown of a summary of what Juice Plus research proves. It contributes to cardiovascular wellness. It supports a healthy immune inflammatory response, reduces systemic inflammation. It supports quality of life. That was with the MD Anderson Cancer study. Supports healthy cholesterol, LDL, and triglyceride. Supports healthy lung functions. We have skin research. Supports the immune system. Healthy DNA, reduces oxidative stress. It's absorbed by the body. We have so many different research studies. Dr. Du Bois, there is nothing else available any place in the world with or without a prescription that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus has been proven to do. I mean, that is powerful, right? He's saying pretty much no pharmaceutical can do this. It's just fruits and vegetables. So we also, one of the things, we were on a Zoom earlier with somebody, one of the things I love that this company does, they have such a heart, is that we want to make sure that the kids have a healthy start. And we want to make sure that mom and dad don't have to choose between Do we get started on Juice Plus, or do we help our kids get started on Juice Plus? So for every adult that gets started on Juice Plus, you can sponsor a child ages 4 through 18, as well as full-time undergrad college students. And they can receive for free up to 4 years Juice Plus. Ages 4 through 12, they can get gummies, and 13 and up, they will get capsules right now. And look at some of these. I mean, 60% were missing fewer days of school. If you're a working parent, it's really hard when your kid misses school because you have to juggle back and forth probably between, who's going to take off. I love, one of my favorite ones is that 61% are eating more fruits and vegetables. It's a metabolic it's a reprogramming of your taste buds, where the more fruits and vegetables your body is getting at the cellular level, it starts to crave more. So some of these kids who weren't really eating a lot of fruits and vegetables are actually, craving, and they're asking for apples, they're asking for grapes and carrots. The Tower Garden. So we've talked about produce in a capsule. Let's talk about produce that you can grow. It's not for everybody, but I will tell you that this product grows despite me. The Tower Garden grows despite me. I don't know if you can hear the water running in the background. I actually have the Tower Garden Home, the one with the lights on the left side, in my office right now. So I'm able to grow year round in Georgia. In Florida, I had 2 of the Tower Garden Flex outside in my front yard and able to grow year round because of the temperatures. But it is such an easy way to grow vertically. It's aeroponic, there's no dirt. It grows 30% faster. It grows, the taste of the produce is amazing. And it is just so much easier. It's self-watering. The 2 Tower Gardens are different. So if it's something you're interested in, we can send you a different video, and I'm happy to get on a phone call and describe the differences between them 2. So let's talk about jumpstarting your health. Obviously, Juice Plus is a great way to kind of jumpstart your health. A lot of times it's a catalyst for people wanting to get healthier. And one of the things we're getting ready to end tomorrow, as a matter of fact, is we're doing a Shred 10 every single month. It starts the first Monday of every single month. And really what it is kind of like a clean eating detox. So you eat food that's not juices, but you take your Juice Plus, you drink 1 to 2 shakes a day, and you eat healthy food. You eliminate some of the bad and you focus on some of the good. We have a website, Healthy Living Revolutions, where we have cookbooks, we have fitness videos for you. So our company wants to inspire healthy living, not just through Juice Plus, but through giving you other resources as well to help you. We don't want to just, have you get started on Juice Plus and tell you good luck. We're really, here to help you along your journey. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I am really excited to I'm going to start with Renee. I would love for you to share your story, and I'm going to mute myself.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining the call. Karen invited me to share my Juice Plus story. My husband and I started taking Juice Plus about 9 months ago. We didn't really have any particular reasons. We just knew that we weren't getting the number of fruits and vegetables each day into our bodies. We had been on a wellness journey for almost 4 years. Collectively, we've lost about, I don't know, probably close to 60 pounds, I guess, between the 2 of us. We knew we felt better, but the last step was really just replacing our supplements. And when I started paying attention to ingredients, the over-the-counter supplements had soybean oil in it. And I don't know if this is new information for you, but soybean oil is a very highly inflammatory oil. We don't want to have that in our system. So it propelled me to search for something better. And Karen had mentioned to me in prior conversations about Juice Plus. So I reached out to her. We got started on it. We were happy. We committed to it. We were taking it on a consistent basis. My husband and I have been married for about 30 years this October. Woo-hoo. And so he had been on a low dose blood pressure medicine probably for half of those years, probably 15 to 18 years. Even with exercise and eating better during that first 4 years, his blood pressure remained the same. So anyway, he started taking the Juice Plus. He went into his doctor's visit and came home and told me that the physician had a new nurse, and the nurse had come in to take his blood pressure, and they were doing a manual blood pressure, which is what they should do. And it wasn't his blood pressure. And he told him, he said, I think you really need to redo this blood pressure. I don't think you did it right. The number's not right. So the guy, he was like, okay. So he did it again. It was very close to the same number. So my husband thought, this guy just doesn't know what he's doing. So the physician came in and he said, Chuck, you need to retake my blood pressure. He said, I don't think your new nurse knows how to take a manual blood pressure. So he retook his blood pressure, and his blood pressure had been averaging like 140, I don't know, 142, 143 over about 83, 84, 85, something like that. And the standard is 140 over 8 or 130 over 80 is where they want them. When he took his blood pressure, it was 119 over 72. So the only thing he had changed was Juice Plus. Well, I was completely sold at that point in time, believe me, because I've grown up in medicine. I've done medicine for 29 years. And what I discovered was that physicians are trained to prescribe a medication for a symptom and not really digging down into the root cause of what may be causing something, right? And what Karen gifted me with, because she loved me enough to share it with me, and I finally listened and ordered it and started taking it, was that our bodies are made to function in a certain way. And when we don't give them the whole food nutrition that it needs, it doesn't perform very well. So I'm very thankful that Karen shared that with us. For me, the omegas, in addition to the trio, are just awesome. I noticed in me, my anxiety came down. I had a better sense of well-being, and my digestion improved. So we are on it for life. We love it and can't imagine not taking it.
I love that. I get chills every time you tell that story. Okay, Reese, I saw you on here. I'm excited for you to share your story too.
Hello, everybody. I'm Reese. I've been taking Juice Plus for about 16 years. And I originally just started to get healthier. And really, this community was the catalyst of me adding and finding all new things for my health and my kids' health. But I needed energy to keep up with my babies. Now they're 18 and 16, and I still need the same amount of energy to keep up with them. I'm always in bed before them. And now 16 years later, we're still taking it, but I'm still taking it because of the research. And as you saw that slide, I probably would have fell off the bandwagon and done something else. Well, I'm a massage therapist and an esthetician besides being a mom. And of course, like Karen said, we just care about our kids so much. So my kids have been taking this. So in this field that I'm in with nutrition and massage therapy and skincare, it's so important to have good nutrition. So whatever is happening in our gut is going to come out on our skin. And then Karen's also mentioned antioxidants. Almost every single skincare product that I've ever used, different companies, all take from fruits and vegetables. And that's how you get antioxidants into the skincare that we're using. And skincare is extremely expensive, more expensive than Juice Plus. But I wanted to mention something about the omegas for myself. It actually helps my PMS symptoms, which isn't listed, and it's just something I found from taking omegas. Flaxseed is an omega and also helps with that. Any PMS type cramps and mood swings and all of that. So, and then the Perform. So I have a very physical job. I'm either standing or working, doing 6-hour sessions, and I do get tired. My muscles are achy. And then sometimes I have later clients, or I get like that lull at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm tired. The Perform shake gives me energy, and I'm not a caffeine girl, I'm not a coffee girl, but it gives me that extra boost. and it helps my muscle soreness. So if I'm doing all these sessions and then also working out, my muscles are kind of sore, and it really helps us subside that. And now I'm doing the shred, which Karen mentioned also, and I feel great. I'm doing 2 shakes a day, and all my snacks and the other meal is plant-based, and I feel great. All my friends are like, "Aren't you hungry?" And I'm like, no, I'm full. I actually can't even chug the rest of this water for my day." So that's it. That's what I wanted to share tonight.
Oh, thank you. So Reese has actually, she has blessed us with a beauty event, I think twice. And if anybody wants that recording, she shares so many great tips with that. And it was stuff I didn't know, like, yeah, they take all these it makes so much sense, putting it on your face, but we have the skincare research. And really, if you think about it, it starts from the inside out. Healthy skin starts from the inside out. Think about how many times are you eating junk and then all of a sudden you're breaking out. So anyway, I just wanted to thank you guys. I'm going to turn off the recording in just a minute, but there's a couple of different things you can do. Hopefully you watched this and you were inspired, and maybe you add more fruits and vegetables to your diet. Hopefully you become a Juice Plus customer, and whoever invited you onto this Zoom event can help you with that. But maybe you thought of people as we were speaking, and maybe you thought of, Aunt Susie, and maybe you thought of your cousin, somebody who has autoimmune, somebody who has diabetes, and you thought, oh my gosh, this is not only going to be good for me, but this would be good for some of my family, some of my friends, my neighbors. You may want to join our community and share Juice Plus. You might want to get started and share Juice Plus and help your friends and family get healthier as well. So we're happy no matter what level you want to get started at. But go back to the person who invited you here, and then we can share with you. So let me stop the recording.